Well, good evening and welcome, fellow babies. It is Saturday night, and it means it's got to be the Silly Shill Show. The show where we go through the sewers of YouTube's morons, find the dumbest of the dumb and the ones that scream at the loudest, and bring it to your viewing pleasure for our destruction and everyone's enjoyment. We've got a load of morons tonight. We've got some of the stupidest people we've ever showed, and we've got a throwback that somebody put up and then took down a while ago. But oh yeah, we got it, and we're bringing it to you. So I can't wait. This is going to be fun as all hell. Let's see who's here to play. Let's see. Oh, Purple. Purple's here today. Purple, how's it going your way? How was the trip? Tell us all about it.
Well, it was a long drive, but, you know, took care of Lavender was the thing. So, yeah, I've been off the last couple of weeks here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Was the trip successful? Like, any hardships, or was it pretty much smooth sailing? I mean, with the heat wave and everything, how were you guys? How was it?
Well, was before the heat got too bad, so we didn't have a problem with that. But,
nice.
The main thing was that she needed the hospital for a few days. So that was the whole point of it.
Well, good on you. Good on you. Holy. I mean, the way that, the way that online friendships and bonds can form to the point where these kind of things happen. How can you not like that? Right. That's amazing. I love it.
I had driven down there in 2019 and took her down to the ARC protest. So,
cool.
I'd already been to her place once before.
Nice. I didn't know that. That's awesome. Cool. Well, right on. And, the debate champion supremo of the channel here, Mike Bertelson. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, pretty good. Although if you go to Gem server, they think I got crushed. So there you go. Although I do have to give a shout out to Cheese Model because I think he had the absolute best comment in the side chat of the night. Also, if anyone has a PDF to teach me resurrection, I'm looking for that too. Going along with all that, everything is religion. So yeah, it's kind of funny.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
It was really good.
So, other than the debate, how's the week been? How's life?
Life's been good. It's been a pretty good week. We had some landscapers working in the backyard, and when I tell you what, when it's 97 degrees with 98% humidity, those guys were busting their butts out there. I felt sorry for them. So, but me, I got to sit in the AC and just work from home and do what I do. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Cool.
Got a 3-day weekend,
awesome.
So I'm happy.
Oh yes, that's right. Big celebrations down there. Everybody should be on their utmost drunken behavior tomorrow.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, cool. Right on. And let's check in with Mipet. How's it going your way? Is it chilly or just chilly?
Yeah, chilly under. Yeah, we're 8 degrees at the moment, so not happy. But other than that, I'm feeling really good today. We're going to have loads of fun, and that's what I'm looking forward to. I need a good laugh.
Awesome. Yes, me too. I couldn't agree more. I'm just sending a link out to somebody here. John, check your PMs. And let's check in with Aimee and Matt. How's it going over there, guys? What's happening?
Oh, it's good. Thank you. We finally cooled down. It's about 57 degrees, which equates to about 12 degrees Celsius. So we're doing great. It's nice and cool over here. But yeah, awesome. I'm really looking forward to tonight. I'm sure we have some great stupid to look at. And I want to thank everyone in the chat for coming. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy.
Cool. Good shouts. So, there was something I wanted to bring up quickly before we got into the videos. And unfortunately, I have to say that it has slipped my mind just as I was going to say it. I can't believe that happened. 1 second. Oh, that was a beer burp that nobody wanted to hear. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll have to save it for, as things go. There's a couple invites out to a couple of people, so we might have some latecomers coming as well. So if I go into my folder, I'm not even set up. I'm kind of stalling right now because I'm not where I should be. Oh, here we go. We've got incoming. So I was stalling for a reason. There we go. Our new friend John Watson is here to join us. Hey, John, how's it going, buddy? Are you there? You're probably muted in meets because you're like late.
Am I here?
Yes.
Hey,
now you're-
how's it going?
Wait, not bad. Yeah, I'm okay.
Life's good your way? Life treating you okay this week?
Yeah, it's we've got some really welcome rain today. It's been too hot for a Scotsman, to be honest, and so it's but it's everything's good, very good.
Cool. And joining late is one of his oppressors. We have Sarcastic Barman.
There we go. That's better. I forgot I was fucking muted because I joined late. I am nobody's oppressor. I'm fucking Welsh. I am not fucking English. They're the only oppressors. And I apologize for being late. We had people that said, you've got to be out by 11:30. Yeah, do fucking people fucking pay any attention after England fucking win? No, they don't. Because guess what? They're England fucking supporters. Fuck my life.
Sarcastic Barman is a fellow Celt.
Yes.
And it's all fine.
I'm North Wales born and bred. I lived in Conway. I'm the second closest that a fucking Scouser can get to Florida. So yes, and I don't care who I piss off with that statement because it's funny.
So now, do the two of you care that England's kicking ass then? Or how does this work?
Of course we don't care.
Okay. Well, you care because it must be selling pints. It must be selling pints, so you care.
I sold a few tonight. I will be fair. Yeah, we sold a few pints. But the only problem is that come Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I think the next match is Wednesday. So for those 3 days, I've got to listen to these England supporters thinking they're fucking world-class managers telling us, well, if they'd done this, if they'd done that, they do better. And I'm like, I don't give a fucking toss. I'd rather pick shit up my own ass than listen to you. And as for Martin H's comment, it's coming home. Nobody cares.
I didn't.
Nice comment.
I didn't even watch the game.
No, not me.
I don't give a fuck.
The only time I went into our function room that had the game on was to tell people to put their fucking masks on with they came in, came out, or went to the toilet. That was my biggest concern. But what's annoyed me more, I'm going to have a rant now. We've got a group of locals that come week in, week out. My wife spent an hour this morning sorting out the main bar room, which isn't open to the public at the moment, that's got a TV in, just so they could fucking watch the match. One of them had the audacity to say, you didn't respond to our message and we couldn't book a fucking table. I just fucking said to her, my wife spent a fucking hour sorting a table for you. Her response was, come on then, we better go, because she realized she fucked up.
Wow. What a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, wow. She's a fucking cow. I can't fucking stand her. She doesn't watch this show, so I'll fucking say it. And Mipet, thank you very much for showing my channel. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, but we might find out tomorrow. She does watch this show.
I doubt it. She's that pissed.
Well, if you do watch the show, honey, you got a mouth like a horse, and I really want to give you an apple. So there you fucking go.
Oh, I love it. Wow. Thank you. She's in the other room. Wife's in the other room. She would agree with that quite happily.
Yeah, I mean, would I leave a brother hanging? Come on, barman. You know, I got you.
Hell no. Sorry.
Yeah, go.
While I've got 2 minutes, I want to congratulate Mike, because obviously I missed last night's show, on Thursday night's debate. You fucking destroyed Spurs. And if I have to hear the word religious out of Spurs' mouth one more time, I'll kick him in the fucking face.
Oh, yeah.
You were... I've never seen any debate where someone's so calm and collected as that. You were fucking awesome. I know it probably got said yesterday as well, but I've got to say that while I've got a chance with you online.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You see?
Yeah. Wow. Oh my God! How many times did he say that? Almost as many as religion. It's like, I just spent the time trying to keep him off of his scripted narrative, and
it worked beautifully.
Yeah. It was. You could tell it was so scripted when he started bringing up points. And you're like, I didn't say that because that was his script.
Yeah. exactly.
Yeah. The way Mike paid attention to the little things he was saying and properly addressed them and whatnot, and then blew off the BS, and it was so well done. I mean, MC Toon was taking notes, buddy. Come on. It was good.
One thing it did do, though, is try to pay attention to what he was saying and then try to decide what I just need to ignore. Because you can't give him too much to straw man with. You got to make sure. I was so worried about that happening.
Mm-hmm. He was all on the religious point of view for him, and he's like, when he said about religious papers and fucking peer reviewed, I screamed at my fucking monitor. I wanted to be in that room, just say, "Are you fucking taking the piss?" Because it was one of those moments of the difference between a peer-reviewed paper and the Bible is fucking night and day. It's it was infuriating. But fair play to you for there was a couple of moments where you could hear you getting that annoyedness in your voice, but at the same time, you didn't let it too much show. You didn't swear. You kept going with it. Yeah. And a big round of applause for that. I think everyone can appreciate how well you did with that.
Yeah.
Damn right.
I almost lost it completely on the whole miracle thing.
Even that annoyed me.
Yeah.
And I will say this.
I did apologize.
Oh, jeez.
But I will say it was a test for me because, wow, to stay, quiet and whatnot. All I can say is at least I was off camera because you couldn't see what I was doing in the background.
I couldn't have done that because I would have said to us, no, you need to answer that question. You need to give the evidence. You need to address the actual point made. I couldn't have done that. I mean, you were very fair with it. You let him have his ramble, which was nice because everyone in the audience could see that Flat Earth has absolutely fucking nothing. Spurs is one of those people that are supposed to be, he's been in the Flat Earth movement for 7 years, as he put it. He didn't have an answer for fucking anything. No evidence. All he could do was deny.
It was very apparent when I finally trapped him into a claim on relative density. And he was like, and he says, see, this is why I don't make claims.
Yeah.
So that tells you right there that his intellectual dishonesty is, I'm not here to debate. I'm here to just run my scripted narrative and see if I can make you look silly. Yeah. That's it. That's his entire motive. He doesn't have a single thing to debate with.
It was amazing to me that he just couldn't simply admit that acceleration was a thing.
Oh, he tried to weasel so much out of that one.
He did. I got him once, and I think it was in Gem Pandas, and I got him to agree that the only time that ice is flat and level, I think it was just flat actually, was when it's frozen. Sorry, when water is flat is when it is frozen. Because apart from that, it's affected by tides, it's affected by wind, it's the waves, everything like that. So it's never actually flat. So the only time it sort of is when it's frozen. And he was just like, he really didn't want to admit it. It took me about 15 minutes. He was just going at this point. Okay, and that was the only time he agreed. Anyway, I'll let the show get back on.
Now acceleration doesn't exist either.
Yeah. Only dependent on the medium, apparently.
Well, he tried so hard to weasel out of saying anything about it because he knows he can't have an acceleration without a force. And then if we start talking about a force, then we have to show where the force comes from, and which I could do and he can't. So that's why he got kind of weaselly about acceleration, and then he tried to put it back on me, saying, well, you're saying that I said something about gravity. It's like, no, I never mentioned the word gravity. I'm just working within your own relative density bullshit. Yeah.
I picked up on that. You were very clear on what you said, and because Spurs is on the script, he didn't have a fucking clue for it. Not to take over, but I think Aimee probably wants to get in with something of Truth Nerds, which is so fitting. It's absolutely perfect.
Oh, absolutely. It is. We've got Truth Nerds for €10 who says, Spurs claimed on Jose's that float glass was flat and proved FE. Someone produced an actual German manufacturer's spec that allowed for over 100 times more curvature. Religious? Maybe. Clueless? 100%. And they're right. Thank you so much. Great. That's brilliant.
I almost brought up water test tanks.
Nice.
We test ship hulls, and some of these tanks, when they run, they pull the ship hull model along with on these rails, and sometimes these tanks are like, I think the longest one is like 2 miles. The rails are curved in order to keep the boat equidistant from where the rails are pulling it and the surface of the water, because they have to follow the curve of the earth.
I think I saw that on Mr. Sensible brought it up in one of his debates. And it's one person who did it for this certain test track.
Yeah.
And they do it and they measure along the whole thing. And it takes them a couple of days to measure the whole thing to do it. I was like, fuck, that's one of the best evidences I've seen, without obviously taking into NASA and everything else we fucking see, as a small scale evidence for curvature. I was like, that's fucking perfect.
Yeah, well, in a debate, I refused to bring up NASA. I mean, I take the stance on Facebook that NASA has nothing to do with anything. I don't have to use NASA for any science. As a matter of fact, NASA does what it does on the science that existed before they existed. So there's no need to even bring them up.
Nope.
We got a good one from Commando 401. Glass is not flat, even when a uniform thickness. I measured my coffee table and the deviation was over 0.002 in over 4 feet. Like,
wow.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, you know, we do have precision tools these days, and Commander's obviously got some. Good point, man.
Yeah. I want to know what Commander 401 has to measure that, just because I want one.
Yeah,
probably,
just
probably use a dial indicator.
If he says penis, you're going to feel stupid.
Well, doesn't your penis curve up?
It would have to be a calibrated penis, of course.
I use mine for water witching, so you never know which way it's going to curve.
That's true. I have a question for the panel. I know this isn't pub chat and we're not doing random things. Dick's probably got a whole show planned out. I'm like, fucking Barman's coming and he's drunk and he's planning things out. With obviously, because I saw it, Wad and Toad asking about Hubble. Hubble, obviously, at the moment, it's broken.
Yeah.
If you were NASA or any other space agency, because obviously at the moment we don't have a vehicle that can get to Hubble with an articulating arm to go and save it, stuff like that, so we can dock with it and do the work. Is it probably better to replace Hubble with a new thing? And I don't mean the other telescope that's in development that's going to be launching soon, like a new Hubble, I'm meaning. Or would you design a vehicle with an articulating arm to go up and do it for obviously long-term uses? And just a question I had for the panel that I thought I might be asking might be interesting.
Well, I'll say something. I think that they should have never, if they got rid of the shuttle because it was kind of long in the tooth as a platform, they should have did it after they had a replacement. The fact that we can't go up there right now and repair that because we don't have a vehicle like the shuttle, I think is a fucking shame.
Yeah.
And it's a disaster for the way we do things for NASA. So
yeah, I think it's a huge breach because aside from Hubble, you know, how many thousands of satellites do we have up there and we can't do maintenance on any of them?
About 3,000, I think.
Well, Sirius X, yeah, no, I think it's about right. And Sirius XM put up a brand new one.
They talk about all the debris flying up there. So, you know, what if one of them got a hole in it and we needed to go somehow fix it?
Yeah, well, it's like I said, Sirius XM, they put one up in December, made it to their geostationary orbit, moved into the correct slot, started to do their testing, and found out it is a complete failure. It can't transmit anything.
Oh,
and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
and what did that fucking cost to put up there? Holy crap! Yep, and it's toast. And it's a total loss.
With one expensive rescue mission, how much more would we have gotten from it? I mean, seriously, the numbers work out. Come on.
Yeah. It would be cheaper to do a rescue with something like the shuttle than it would be to build and put up another one.
Yeah,
no doubt.
It's
not cheap, but cheaper.
Yeah, I think it was Ugly Jim Truth in chat. The James Webb Space Telescope. Thank you very much for that. But could we attach one of the old shuttles? Yes, I know they're old and shit like that. To one of the SpaceX boosters and things like that and launch that up. I've also had a load of freaking messages just come through on Discord. I think everyone's telling me the names.
I was going to say that, maybe there's a Mad Mike prototype laying around we could use for this rescue.
Well, I don't know if that would work because I know that his prototype was supposed to be steam powered to a certain height, and then the original plan was to use, I think, balloons, helium balloon to make it to the final height.
It's a bit of a disaster, really.
Yeah,
I mean, it's very sad to hear this news about Hubble. But it's lasted a long time, but it's kind of a running joke in the the professional astronomical community about the James Webb. It's like, will it ever actually be launched?
Yeah.
I mean, it's when I worked at the Royal Observatory, and I was talking to the public about the James Webb, we had these like banners that were like printed out with the how the Royal Observatory had contributed to the development of cameras and stuff for the James Webb and whatever, and it had launch dates, and we had to keep changing them because they
must have ended up being 3 feet thick with the extra layers to keep changing the damn date.
Yeah, I mean, basically, yeah, we're like, fucking hell. And then even if it eventually does happen, you're like, oh my god, is the fucking rocket going to explode in the launch pad? Oh fuck. It's but it is a sad state of affairs that that NASA doesn't actually have a platform to do anything.
And especially after launching so many things that were, not contingent, but, sort of in the background. Well, we can always double, Hubble had to be fixed as soon as it was up there. I mean, the shuttle was so good for this kind of stuff. Even if it wasn't going to be the primary vehicle anymore, why not have one still ready to go for times like this? It's just, I know there's money involved in this and that and so on, but imagine if you had a problem with GPS right now. Never mind that your car is going to be a little screwed up trying to figure stuff out and blah, blah, blah. But financial transactions, all kinds of things are seriously dependent on serious time. And GPS time code is involved in quite a few things you wouldn't even think of.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
And now that they do have some self-driving vehicles out there, if the GPS is off, it could run somebody over going up on the sidewalk.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, and it would keep doing it. It would just, But yeah. So, this is a shame. Normally we get right into the videos, but it's been chatty today. Who gives a rat's ass? But that was a good one because most of our viewers are the kind of people that are going to give a rat's ass about this.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. I was about to make a point thinking, what's the European Union Space Agency budget? And it's 6.49 billion. I was like, that doesn't seem like a lot. NASA's budget is 22.6 billion. It's like, oh, that's like 3 times the size. And yet, the GDP of the EU is only 15 trillion and USA is 24 trillion. So USA is still actually spending a lot. Apart from the USA doesn't really do much more in space, obviously, now than the EU does, because we just send up the odd satellite. Yeah, without a launch vehicle and the budget to provide a launch vehicle and things like that, it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit annoying. I also saw in chat, Rig was saying what happened to Hubble. One of the, is it the memory modules on the launch control adjustment systems or something is basically dead or something along the lines of that. But yeah, otherwise than that, Nick, please take control over me because I'm drunk.
And having a launch vehicle was extra income for NASA because corporations were paying them to put the satellites up there.
Yes.
Well, you know, one of the interesting things about Hubble and the James Webb actually is that they're both based on
out-of-date technology.
They were both based on existing spy satellite technology.
Nice.
I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement because I went somewhere where I wasn't supposed to in the Royal Observatory, and I don't even know what I saw. But I was apparently in the same space as something that was to do with spy satellites or something. A few years ago, but the Hubble, you know, people complain about how much Hubble cost and everything, but the U.S. Department of Defense have a fleet. This is unclassified now. A fleet of is something like between 15 and 20 Hubble type satellites that are pointed at Earth, obviously. And you know, there's this big sort of furor about, oh my God, how much does Hubble cost? Well, we're throwing away money. But my God, the amount of money that the U.S. Department of Defense spends on this kind of stuff just to observe Earth is crazy. And the James Webb, apparently, so I heard that the Royal Observatory, they said, what we're thinking of doing is making this mirror that folds up so it fits in the launch system, and then we're going to fold it out when it's in orbit. And they consulted, you know, the guys that they spoke to before, and they're like, "Do you think that's possible?" And they instantly were, "Yes, it is."
Wow.
It doesn't sound like you've thought about that, so we've already done it. So it's crazy because we're sort of scrimping and saving to like get these space telescopes in orbit, but in fact, there were large numbers of these things actually already in space. And it's not a conspiracy theory or anything. That's just reality of it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I've just had a look online. Hubble has cost $132,567 dollars a day since it's been launched, because its budget at launch plus maintenance costs have been $1.5 billion, and over 31 years, because when it launched and stuff like that, 132,000. I mean, that's not a small amount of money in the grand scheme of things. For the amount Hubble has given us, that's probably quite good.
Yeah, but I think they do sell time. So, like, right? Isn't that how it works? I mean, anybody can't just. Yeah, I don't think anybody can just say, "Hey, I want you to take a picture of this spot in space and give it to me. Thanks." I think they actually do. They do make. I don't know if they. I'm not saying they made a profit, but they do get something back on that.
Yeah.
No, they can. There's a millionaire that. He's not one of my friends, but a friend of a friend that books time on Hubble.
Wow! Just because he can. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know how much it costs. It might be a lot of money, but he books time and basically directs Hubble to look at certain objects and stuff for his own amusement.
That is cool. But if you look at it, if it costs 1.5 billion and stuff like that, that's still only about 5% of NASA's yearly budget. That's not a lot.
Yeah, no.
Just a shame NASA hasn't got a budget of 100 billion, because then we'd have a decent space station and more probably holidays, because NASA would be selling the holidays.
Yes. Yeah, there would be that. There would be that module that you can go hang out in, like with a bedroom and a fancy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I always meant to look into this and to just verify whether or not it's true. But I heard that the amount of money that that the US spent during the Apollo program was about the same as the amount of money that the US population spent on cosmetics during the Apollo program. Just to kind of put it into perspective, and I assume that's probably true. I mean, the amount of money that your average US householder spent on toothpaste and perfume and whatever is actually equivalent.
I have a figure here. The US average spend on cosmetics per year based on 2019 is $197.01. And that's based over the entire population. And the population of the US is 328.2 million. So we'll do the quick calculation of 328.2 million times, what did I say, 197?
Yeah.
Which is 64,655,400,000. So it's a hell of a lot more.
Yeah.
Than the space budget. Yeah. Sorry.
And a big thing about space is it is going to be huge business, big business. And that's why Branson has just pushed up his launch to beat Bezos by about 9 days. He says it's not a competition. He was not trying to beat Bezos. He said, of course it does. Whoever gets up there first is going to wind up having things booked first, and they want to make money. And space tourism is the final nail in the flat Earth coffin.
True. Very true.
Yeah, kids coming home with their "I was in orbit" T-shirts are going to destroy the flat Earth.
God, yeah. Apart from everything else that destroys flat Earth, obviously. Just because I'm talking right now, I can say, Aimee and Matthew, would you like to come over here, say some words to us, sing us a little song, maybe? I'm just building out words until Aimee unmutes. There she goes.
Absolutely. We've got it. Truth Nerds for 5-year says, John, just because the first Ariane 5 blew up due to an embarrassing software bug doesn't mean we can't get web up just fine. Lots of successes. Face with the tongue stuck out.
Love it. Thank you very much, Truth Nerds. I feel like I should turn to Dick and say, Dick, I've so derailed the start of your show. I am very sorry. Would you like to get us back?
What do you mean my show? What do you mean my show? You're supposed to intro the motherfucker. You were late. What the hell are you talking about?
Blame the drunk English supporters.
Yeah. So I just did a little trick. I just did a little trick in the background with unmodding and remodding Streamlabs. I'm trying every trick in the book to make that fucking horrific piece of human shit bot work. But we'll see. We'll see. Right now, if you look, you see how we've got the vote up on the back black screen. No votes will register. It's been like this for about a month or so, maybe longer. I mean, I kind of drink when we're doing this, so fuck, I'm not really sure.
At least 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's just fucked. So everybody, when you're on Twitter, when you're on Facebook, express your displeasure for how Streamlabs seems to be functioning these days. I definitely encourage it.
At least Streamlabs is showing up in your chat, because it's not even showing up on the chat on my live streams. It just doesn't want to know.
Wow. See how bad it is?
The Shills is one step ahead of mine.
Yeah, which is, I mean, come on. We're one and the same almost, for the love of God. Come on. Fuck. But why don't we dig into the bag of stupid? I mean, that was an unusual beginning for the show, but we had some shit to say. And to be honest, there was a bit of thunder and lightning, and my son's on the spectrum, so I was doing a little bit background. So that worked out really well for everybody. Now,
Woden just suggested, can we just shout out gong? Or hashtag gong.
Well, yeah, that's actually the absolute idea, Woden Toad. We need hashtag gong in the chat for your vote. Now, everybody, please.
Wait, Black.
Well,
you're missing out.
Yeah.
It's super chat, hashtag gong.
Oh, okay. There you go. There you go. Yeah. There you go. I love it. You know, we need a custom sticker for the gong. That would be great. But to be actually honest and stuff here, I'm not even going to ask you what video you want. I am not going to pretend that I care. What I'm going to do is load up something that an idiot posted. And then when they posted this, they cleared all their videos. They privated them all. And they only had this video on. And then about a week or so later, the other ones were unprivated and everything was back to normal. And I don't think many people actually got to see this one. So let's see here. I will I'll bring in our little holographic TV and oh fuck, you're all gonna hate me, so I'm just gonna do it. Sorry.
Oh fuck.
Dear God. My final.
No.
Oh no.
Still prefer him over CC.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No. I would take CC. I actually want to chuck the living shit out of this dude.
I ever said.
See?
Well, he's talking sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess so.
Yeah.
He must have run out of crack.
Okay, I just paused it quick. I am going to speed it up a tiny bit because he's doing that whole self-reflection pause thing that everybody hates, so I'm going to speed him up. But I did forget to give you the title of this video because it is important for, what's that word that flat earthers can't stand when they're picking apart what you say? Oh, that's it, context, yes.
Context.
So, yeah. So... So here we go. The title is, I can no longer stand my own hypocrisy. I'll return if and when I get that handled. I mean, that really changes things, doesn't it? Right?
Wow.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, back to it. One of the dumbest fucks you've ever heard.
No, wait.
What? Wait. Okay, hold on. I can wait. Here, I'll push pause. I'll do it proper this time.
He can't stand in his own hypocrisy because it's above his head. He'd have to actually fucking swim in the amount of dribbly shit he puts out of his fucking mouth. That was all.
Don't hold back, Barman. Tell us how you really feel.
That's right. Yeah, quit beating around the bush.
Ugly German Truth quick in the chat there says, your TV seems to be defective, Dawson. It shows a Pratt image. I was like, yeah, but it's one of those cheap RCA ones. There's nothing I can do.
And by the way, Woden Toad just put up a gong emoji because it does exist in our emoji.
Oh, yeah. Actually, it's a horrible emoji. It has a white background. It's not even transparent. It has to be fixed so bad. It has to be fixed so bad. Please, somebody remind me because, I mean, I'm drinking tonight. I won't fucking remember.
Send me the original. I'll do it now.
Yeah. All right. Mipet and Amy both just took note because, you know, they know how to actually control me. It works really well. All right. So I'm going to let the idiot contemplate and speak, and I have sped it up. So sorry, it's Pratt.
Contemplation and Pratt is not two things you hear in the same sentence.
Pointing out the sliver in everybody else's eye, and now I have to remove.
Swear to God, he's sitting on a toilet.
I may return. I may not.
How many channels does he come back on?
I have a much greater understanding.
I lost
374 at last count.
Until I can pray.
Pray. That's hypocrisy right there.
Yeah.
Troll I have killed with my tongue out here.
Wow.
I tried to kill.
I'm so humble.
Not knowing I was just damaging myself the whole time. Time to take care of my own house. That's finally the message. I got to that
Does
point.
that mean he's going to get his door
Finally
frame
got through to
done?
me. Through the smallest, meekest, most patient voices out here.
Wow. So humble.
To take my own hypocritical.
This is what happens when you're. This is what happens when your delivery man
Take care of
brings
my own
bad
house.
drugs.
Yeah.
And God will take care of it.
I was thinking his wife said post a public
Some patience,
apology and I'll
folks.
let you back in the house.
This isn't a contest. We shouldn't limit God.
What a fucking knob.
He is a snob.
There you go. I was just going to ask for that.
Fuck me.
How many
Can you
times has
imagine?
he done this? I mean, this is not his first
No.
mea culpa, and then he's back doing the same shit.
Yeah. I want to ask everybody in the chat, what do you people think? Do you think that CC and Pratt's wives are both in the same support group? Like they sit around on those folding chairs and just go, what the fuck have I done with my life? You know?
Right. I have to say at this point, stop confusing wives with carers. They are not the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, CC's
You don't get a
carer
rub and
thinks
tug
he's-
from a carer. Oh,
That's
sorry,
right.
Mike.
Well, CC's carer thinks he's an idiot, so you know that was hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, but now I've got this at 1.3 speed. Can you imagine if we were playing it at normal? We wouldn't have even got anywhere. Not that we have, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Honestly, did you speed it up?
yeah.
Yeah, not enough actually. I think
Yeah.
he needs
Charlie
to sound.
Welsh has just,
He
Charlie
needs to
Welsh
sound.
has just made a good point. At least CC doesn't tell people to off themselves.
Oh, that's a good
which
point.
Pratt does.
Yeah. That's true.
I think he needs to
point
sound
there.
like Alvin in order to get through this.
All right, let me just look here. We're already 3 minutes into the video. How the fuck could that happen? There's 2 minutes left, so I'm going to bring them up to 1.5. All right.
That's good.
Okay, hold on to your asses, fellow babies. This one's gonna hurt.
How great is God that if people know him, even though they are on a deception of a whirling, twirling ball in space, and they can still have the faith in knowing Christ, then who am I to limit that or be jealous that they would be in heaven with me?
Oh, fuck
I think
off,
that's
Paul.
a lot of what's going on.
I'm really sorry. The way he fucking speaks to people and how fucking horrible he is, there's no way he's actually fucking religious. Because I wouldn't fucking speak to people the way he does and tell them to go and fucking kill themselves. Because that's fucking disgusting. Don't play the fucking religious card now, you absolute driveling piece of fucking crap. You're a lying, hypocrisy-ridden fucking arsehole. And I really hope that if I ever see you on the side of the road, you're behind fucking barriers, because I'd run you over. And that is all. I ain't beating around the bush on this twat. You know what
I
I
love
like
it.
on the stance of suicide, and he can fuck right off.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now-
but it works. The religious zealots support Trump.
Yeah, true.
Isn't that
We're
the
starting to
truth?
get the hashtag gongs in.
We are getting
Go
All right.
chat.
All right. Cool.
We can't have too
I'm.
much left,
I was
though,
over
right?
in YouTube. Oh, sorry, Mike.
I was just gonna say we shouldn't have too far to go, though, right?
No, we're close now. I was just heading over to YouTube Studio to flip that gong emoji because Barman put a really good one in the back chat. But I don't even remember how to fucking do it, so I'll do it after.
Don't need to do it. I've got access.
Yeah.
I'll do it now.
Yeah. I've got 6 strains of bullshit here. Come on, give me a break. That's crazy.
I'll do it now. It won't take me 2 minutes.
All right. So should we have more from the donkey's ass?
Yes, we should.
No, I
All
suppose.
right. I'm I preempt what he's about to say.
With me, I didn't realize it, but it's the truth. I've been a huge hypocrite. Huge. Trying to tell everybody else how wrong they were about shit that doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. A huge thank you to everybody that has helped me along the way. Huge thank you to Dave Foster.
Oh, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Suck my
Yeah.
cock.
What's on?
Oh man, no shit. Oh my god.
So we're putting out a contrite, supposedly mea culpa kind of video, where he still says he's right, God is right. I killed trolls, but whatever. He does this shit to try to bolster his channel, because he does one of these things, and then he comes back and he starts getting increases in views and he's happy, and then when the views drop off, he'll do this fucking crap again.
The whole I can no longer stand my own hypocrisy in the title. I didn't hear him address that.
No, he did not.
No.
No, everyone else is wrong, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if at the other side of that camera is his bed, and that's actually the room he lives in, and his wife has just taken over the rest of the house.
Sounds plausible to me.
Certainly does
she
sound
gives
plausible.
Yeah, she gives him an empty paint bucket, and that's his lavatory, the whole bit, right?
At least he gets a bucket, unlike, Riley, who uses what, a bucket.
Oh, that's funny.
And he's not smart enough to use what he has, because he could threaten to shut off the water to the rest of the house.
Yeah, well, there's that. At least the hot water.
Oh, man. Yeah. So here, I got a few titles to read off for everybody. We'll go back to a democratic situation here. I just had to throw that at you. So I've got number 1, I was possessed by a reptilian entity.
Oh, geez.
We still haven't watched Blue Marble Silenced.
Nice.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's Blue Marble addressed or not. I'm not really sure. And then we have Earth is flat and you all part of Jesus' death cult.
Well, we have to see about Blue Marble being silenced.
I think so too.
Because that's bullshit. This guy's going to say some stupid shit. I guarantee it.
I agree. I'm very excited to see that one. I've been hoping we would get to it. So let me switch us into the right mode. Get that little holographic TV up. And we have an idiot talking shit to a smart person. Here we go.
I am representing the profession of surveying at the moment as an individual.
Okay. Well. Blue Marble Science made a video called How LIGO Demonstrates Earth Curvature. How cute. Blue Marble.
It does.
Well,
it was a good video, too.
It shows Earth curvature. Anyway. So what he did was pulled up the blueprints from the supposed, blueprints from the construction of LIGO. And guess what? The elevations match what he would call Earth curvature, right? 8 inches per mile squared on his supposed model. But you got a bit of a problem there, buddy. If you got a, what is it?
Pause.
It's a pretty well put together video.
Just before he says something completely and utterly fucking stupid, because we know it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
I want the chat to say, how stupid on a scale of 1 to 10 do you think this comment's going to be? 1 being, a Spurs, 10 being a Nathan Oakley. So it's a good level of stupidity. They're all stupid, but how stupid do you think he's going to be? And Waddentoe's just found the new gong symbol. Thank you very much. And while everyone's thinking of doing that, obviously Aimee can get in and do that thing that's just come up with the thing, you know, with the blue stuff and all that thing and the what's it and the thing.
Jesus. Okay. Okay. Truth Nerds for €2 says Daniel Pratt and to prattle. Coincidence? Good question. Thank you.
Good one, Truth Nerds. Thanks, buddy. Oh, that's good.
So I guess Daniel Cooper's 0 to 10 is a 13 on a stupid level.
Yes.
I like that one.
I like 9 o'clock hero. I'd give him a Brian Mabbitt. Now, if you've never met Brian Mabbitt, he is one insane dude. He's really
insane, dude.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I was teasing him one day in Gem's server, and I told him one day I was, well, what are we gonna do? Because they talk about eating humans and stuff like that. I said, well, we're gonna have you for dinner, and he actually believed I meant it. Like I was going to go to wherever he is and cook him for dinner. And it's like, oh, okay.
Wow.
Yes, I had to explain to him that it was a joke. And
Wow.
But seriously, yeah, on a serious level, I think he does have some form of dementia, maybe. I don't know. I've always thought that, but
I love the fact that he argues with himself because he has the YouTube feed up and he's listening to that and then he's screaming, "Stop interrupting me!" And it's him interrupting himself. It is so funny.
Wow.
Yes.
Brian Mabbitt impression.
Yes.
It's ludicrous.
Oh, jeez.
Not the right tone, John. He's much more angrier.
He's angrier.
This man, he's got a unique ability because never before have I heard the tone of voice of somebody who's had their nuts kicked up through their body and into their mouth. It's really neat to hear.
All right. Well, let's see how stupid this guy's really going to get.
Well, I was
right,
just wondering
coming.
about how
Thank you,
this
Jeff.
video started. That it looked like we had like a chameleon on there narrating at first, like you forgot to turn the human filter on and gave it all away.
I did see that at the beginning. I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, something about a surveyor. The comedian was a surveyor.
I've got to say, out the votes that were cast on how stupid do you think this person at a scale of 1 to 10 is, the average at the moment is 14.25 out of 10.
That's awesome.
Well,
I love it.
We beat Spinal Tap on the stupid rating. I like it.
I like grumpy old man Joe's comment. Nathan is a duck suit. Nathan in a duck suit. Now that's a serious level of stupid right there.
Yeah. Oh man. Wow. Oh God, I guess I got to do it. Here it comes.
Yeah.
This but this fucker is this is Cleary, isn't it?
Say again?
This is Cleary, the guy on the video.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is Cleary. Cleary and Leary.
Yeah, I only get the name of the video. I have no other information. Like we literally try to go in as cold as possible so nobody knows. But I definitely, the next time a rotten pumpkin that should be kicked in the head by a teenager talks to me, I'll remember this guy, I tell you.
Yeah, he does. And he's sweating like bullets too. He's like, holy crap. He's drenched.
Yeah.
Like 900 degrees where he lives. All right.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We're going in.
Working for him, and he's just a
Earth
good old
lives matter.
voice doing the video. But what he's got there is an elevation change from the vertex out to the ends.
Yeah, that good old boy's dog is smarter than you are.
Okay. Now, what I've told him before, and he doesn't seem to get it, is I say, if you survey out 1 mile and you measure an 8-inch drop, what do you call that? An elevation change or earth curvature? And every time he'll go, earth curvature. I'm like, really? Okay. So a surveyor.
No, he wouldn't say that every time. He would say that if there is no elevation change. But if there's one, I'm sure he would recognize it, because if Blue had survey equipment and knew how to use it, he would use it correctly. You absolutely stupid human being.
Yeah. I don't really want to see what he's going to say here, guys. It's like you could see him going down a path of saying something incredibly fucking dumb right here. He is so close to blowing up that 14.25.
I personally think with the camera angle and the sweat piling off him and stuff, I think he dipped it in peanut butter, and his dog is having a real fun time right now while he's recording. But I'm just going to push play.
Who uses a horizontal measuring instrument called an auto level through differential leveling techniques along that mile. Not one shot all the way down, no. Taking a foresight and a back sight all the way through that mile, and you measure an 8-inch drop. That's a vertical change from the horizontal. That's called an elevation change. Okay, it's not Earth curvature. So if you're measuring an elevation change,
Pause. If you're measuring, fucking guy. So if you got a guy out there with his auto level or his theodolite, and he's taking his measurements, and he does, like you said, the back measurement formula, he goes forward and he looks at the elevation as you're going along. Just because the elevation drops doesn't mean that it's not due to Earth curvature. What is his fucking point? I mean, he's just making shit up and trying to make like he knows how to do surveys. Is he a licensed surveyor? Because I don't fucking think he could spell surveyor.
Yeah. We have Mipet. Do you want to take those comments? Oh my God, we got a couple of good ones. Is Mipet home? Hello.
Oh yeah, I'm home. I've just got to come back. Okay. We have the average 14.25 out of 10 is the average that you guys decided on. Woden Toad, he's a hairy toe. There you go. And Ugly German Truth, Oakley's stupidity on the 1 to 10 scale is over 9,000. And I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
And then Woden Toad, what you don't notice are the 4 smaller heads just off to the left. He's Riley's foot.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
awesome.
And then, hang on, Chief Mojo Rising. Coke fiend. He's touching his nose. He's twitching. Ooh.
I wouldn't doubt that. Holy. So, I mean, he's the kind of guy who would step up and look at your theodolite and say, so you couldn't afford a better telescope then?
Yeah, right.
Right?
Jeez. So he's gonna say about measuring something, and that it can only be due to a change in elevation. It's like, then why does LIGO actually have to change elevation? Because if you're measuring something, and you're going out and the elevation doesn't change relative to mean sea level, well, then it's level. But it ain't sure as fuck ain't flat. So if you have this long ass, 4-mile leg?
Yeah.
Of LIGO, and the elevation changes from front to back by a amount consistent with Earth curvature, why the fuck do you think that is? There's only one reason you would do that, because your light has to travel in a straight path in order for this system to work. And those mirrors are hung off of these quartz fibers, so that they can make those kind of adjustments for other things. But the straight line path of light shows that elevation change has to be there. For what reason? If he's got a reason, I want to hear it. Because if it isn't curvature, he doesn't. Yeah, and you're right.
No, and okay, we're only approaching halfway, so this Muppet has more to say. I'm going to speed him up a tiny bit more.
Is he going to get stupider? This ought to be good.
It can only go one way, right? I mean, come on, So here we go. More Dog licking cocaine. I shouldn't even do. I'm just gonna push play. I'm just gonna get
to 8 inches per mile squared over the 4 kilometer distance of each straight arm of the LIGO, which is at a right angle, oddly enough. What you're doing is establishing a horizontal plane. Okay? If the terrain varies in elevation from that horizontal, it's not creating a tangent point. Okay? You're totally lost. I'm sure people believe what you say, but it's too bad for them because you're a deceiver. That's what you do. That's your job as a debunker. Deceiver. But anyway, yeah, you just make a video and you call it a debunk, and you imagine that you've actually debunked something. But we went through this thing extensively with you, and what you failed to realize is that those mirrors are hanging from a pendulum, okay? That means it's vertical, okay? That laser is shot horizontally from the vertex to the ends of the arms, okay? And those mirrors are on pendulums hanging vertically. So what you establish through that area, and I've told you this, I don't even know how many times. What you're establishing is you have a vertical at the apex, all right? You shoot the laser out horizontally.
What the fuck is he talking about?
To that vertical.
No idea.
The laser goes out
4
kilometers. Most people don't realize how far 4 kilometers is, but go out to like the most level area you know of that you can see really far, okay? And you're probably going to see about a mile, maybe a mile and a half. Probably not, okay? That's a very, very far distance. And 4 kilometers is about 2.48 miles.
Oh, fucking pause.
Down that distance.
Pause. Holy shit. It's a fucking laser. It's not going to have any problem traveling that distance and back. No one says you have to optically be able to see that. What is his fucking point? Is there a point here? Because he's not really making it. He's just talking around shit. And it's not really a pendulum, by the way. It is suspended by quartz fibers so that they can then adjust the tilt so that it winds up being perpendicular to the laser. So that because if it needs to bounce back the way it came, it's got to be perfectly perpendicular. So the quartz fibers that they hang it from make allow them to make those minute adjustments that they need to have. We're not talking about adjustments to like a quarter of the wavelength of light kind of thing. So what he's talking about, this apex, it's like, dude, what the fuck do you mean? Do you not understand how LIGO works?
He doesn't. If he had any understanding, he'd be bringing up a topographical map of the area around LIGO to show the depressions in the ground, the rise in the ground, to show that the actual beams were just following sea level or something like that. The fact he's not bringing them up, not looked at them, and probably doesn't understand what a fucking topographical map is. And yes, I'm not caring if I'm saying that wrong or not. I'm drunk. Just shows his level of fucking dishonesty and receding hairline.
By the way, you are saying it right. So there you go.
Yay!
Yeah. So and that's it too, because he's just like doing typical flurf bullshit and making claims. He doesn't like Blue's original thing about LIGO. I saw that video, and I think he has a response to this. That must be what that response video is about. He lays it out and shows you what those elevation changes mean and why they mean what they mean. He's just sitting here like sweating like a pig, getting ready to have a heart attack, and it doesn't provide any evidence to support any bullshit he's got to say.
I mean, it's fucking simple, really. As you said, I mean, Blue Marble Science laid this all out, and explained it very, very well. Basically, the as far as I remember, either end of one of these arms has an elevation of about 64 feet above sea level, and the middle of it has an elevation of about 63 feet. Which accords entirely with the curvature of the Earth. Taking into account the length of the arms, which is like, I don't know, was a couple of miles or something like that. So they're fucked, really.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know.
Yeah, that 1 foot difference in there. That is basically you get exactly what you would get from either side, because of Earth curvature. And why do you think that is? You fucking schmuck, you, because he has no idea what he's talking about.
And of course, they went out to build some unbelievably expensive scientific experiment with all kinds of backers' money and stuff in an area that wasn't actually flat, because that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
Fuck. Really?
Yeah, as if you can actually find something that long, that flat, that you can buy enough land to do this kind of thing.
You know what
My
I mean?
penis
Right?
is for sale. Sorry.
No, that wouldn't be LIGO. That would be Lemigo, but close. So let's see here. What do we got? Time of the clock says he's got 118 left. And I don't think I've seen enough gongs, but honestly, I'm barely paying attention. Howdy, Surf. How's it going? So what do you say? Should we kick the button and play a little bit more of Muttonhead?
Yeah.
I'll let
Here it comes.
That's a rough number. I don't know why I have that number in my head. I think it's accurate.
Good
But,
sound.
Yeah, that's right. 2.48 miles. So that laser shoots out. It bounces off that mirror and comes all the way back. I can't remember how many hundreds of times per second. But what they're demonstrating is Euclidean 3 space.
A straight line?
No one has a clue what that is, apparently. Okay, when you have...
Oh, fuck you. Pause.
That was stupid. Oh, my God.
Euclidean 3 space. All right, all he's talking about is 3-dimensional space, an X, Y, and Z coordinate system. But, we got to use Euclidean 3 space, which nobody outside of fucking mathematics actually uses. I mean, come on. What kind of stupid ass shit is that? He's trying to sound so smart. And fucking Blue's dog is smarter than he is.
Blue's donkey.
Yeah. The fucking gorilla.
That was insanity, because
3 space.
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? That's like, I mean, if he doesn't lead till we live in the Matrix next, then it was just the dumbest thing. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
And
You're
I mean,
assuming
I
this
have.
gets dumber.
Well, there's not much left, but he might beat the gong, believe it or not, this fucking idiot. But let me just let me bend your ear here for a bit, people. So I have a powerful green laser. It's not super powerful. Like, if I tried to do Earth curvature test with it, it would be a pretty big beam on the end. But if I had a big enough target, it could do it. No problem. Just to show that you can see the whole thing. But I live in a valley that's like a couple of miles across, and I can go from one hill to the other with binoculars, and I can see the dot. No problem. And this idiot really needs to play with cat toys before he actually understands what's going on in the world.
Jeez.
But it's come on. I mean, seriously, you're dealing with a laser. The laser is a straight beam of light, parallel lines even from the sun. I mean, and this is a focused beam. You know what I mean? They obviously built LIGO to deal with a straight beam of light. Where does their issue come from? Well, it's not like they went off to the rolling hills where they have sheep farms to build LIGO. They got the most, appropriate piece of land they could. And oh, wow, what do we have to account for? The curvature of the Earth. It's kind of like your melon, but bigger.
Big, I don't know if it's bigger than that melon, but well, John was right, and those are actual elevation measurements. Those aren't relative to the terrain around them. Those are elevations from mean sea level. So he is ignoring that because he knows it shoots down his whole fucking argument if he ignores that. So yeah, an elevation change. Why does the elevation have to change for that 2 point something miles? for this project if it isn't anything but Earth curvature. There's no reason for something that straight line. And as John pointed out, it's higher, a lower elevation in the middle than it is on either end. Does that make any fucking logical sense to anybody who thinks the Earth is flat? Of course it does, because they're just intellectually dishonest bullshits and want to completely ignore that fact.
Yeah. I will give this guy credit, Mike. He hasn't invoked God yet, so that's a thing.
Yeah, that's true. He hasn't done that. I guess you have to give him that. Well, I don't have to give him that, but
Yeah, no, the only thing we have to give him is something we shouldn't talk about on air, because that could be bullying.
Wind up in Facebook jail again. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, I used to live in Twitter jail until I killed the old account and got a new one, and now I just play for fun. But yeah, that's another story entirely. Yeah. So, does anybody else see a resemblance to like a Jim Henson derived product in this guy's face? I mean, to me, I just feel that somebody has to have their hand up the ass of this character making the mouth move. I just, maybe it's me. I don't know.
Oh no, it's not you.
Yeah. Riley, show us where you really are. All right. Here we go.
An X, Y, and Z coordinate system, which is X.
Oh, there you go.
And Y on the horizontal.
This is what I just said.
And you have the Z vertical. That is a three-dimensional space, 3D reality. Okay, that's what those vertical pendulum mirrors hanging by glass threads. That's that relationship between that vertical and that horizontal laser.
You could call them glass. That's probably
Euclidean free space. If you don't know what that is,
but that's okay.
Google it, research it, figure it out. Otherwise, you'll go around embarrassing yourself like Blue Marble Science. But
yeah, I'm sorry.
Fuck's sake.
I'm not hearing that without a gong. That's not happening.
Yeah, no, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
What's the donkey's name? Gladys? Yeah, she's smart.
Yes. Big time. Yeah. When I made the remark about, his head being like the globe, but the globe is bigger. You weren't the only one that said not by much, but I do believe that was ego you were looking for. Yes, that was the term. So, but oh my God, the arrogance of these guys, like him, and he's like Pratt and Rem and a few who are just exasperated that we are so stupid we can't see their point of view. And it's like, you know what? I actually got my arms off the chair and, educated myself. You can't just sit there with a pipe in your mouth and figure the world out, motherfucker. It's not going to work that way.
You really think that these people can hold a pipe and a lighter at the same time?
Good point, Barman. Good point.
It's astonishing to me that these kind of guys second guess Blue Marble Science. It was single-handedly made a very, very fine recreation of the Cavendish experiment in his shed.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. The lengths that he has gone to. He even
blows me away.
Yeah, he even swapped out the weights for bottles of Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
To show.
Didn't he do the outside cage in aluminium foil and ground it as well to make sure there is no magnetism involved?
Well, he lined the inside of it with copper and grounded it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I told. That's what I told Chemo. Exact same thing.
Chemo.
I brought up one of our janitorial staff here from the lair. We got Del the rabbit up on the screen, and I thought we would check with Del the rabbit. Do you agree with this kind of? Is that your type of flat Earth? Come on now, he must be a friend of yours, right? Don't you like this guy? Fuck. Would you appear on his show, Del? Like, is he the kind of guy you'd hang out with? Del, fuck you. He's an angry rabbit. I'm sorry, folks. We're gonna get rid of him. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Was that Del?
Yeah.
No.
We have some of Del's best phrases queued up to the rabbit, right? So I can bring them up and I can just go.
Fucking useless.
Oh, wrong button. Here we go.
Absolute spastic. You'll be off to like dangleberries.
Right.
It's so fucking awesome. I love it.
I apologise. I apologise on behalf of Scotland. I'm sorry.
I think we need to tell someone off in chat.
Who's that?
Seek Truth, Speak Truth, who's just put in chat. Is there any news from Spurs at Dick Dawson on his offer to debate the other day? Yes, there was a debate. Or was that an actual question in the debate that Seek Truth, Speak Truth was going to debate him?
No. Yeah, Barman. Seek Truth and Chemo have both agreed to have a debate on our debate show coming up.
That's going to be so cool.
Yes.
Yeah, Seek Truth. It's actually tomorrow that I will be getting in touch with him to make set arrangements, and I'll be getting in touch with you on Monday so we can get it all figured out. It'll be the same format.
Tomorrow.
It'll be what? Sorry.
I thought you were going to say, the debate's tomorrow.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. But what we'll be doing, Seek Truth, is the same thing. The 4 timed rounds is along with opening remarks in the beginning, and then a bit more of a moderated back and forth. So the format, you know what to prepare for. You can share your screen, you can show anything you want, the whole 9 yards. Just make sure you've had a few drinks before you show up, so you enjoy yourself properly.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
In which case, I apologize. I obviously missed that question in the debate.
Yeah, no worries. But it's a good thing to clear up for sure. So, should we get right into the next video? Anybody want to sound off on that? Because there was a lot to say there. I mean, Mike, holy God, I can only imagine you've got a rap for that.
Holy Christ. He did nothing but make the claims that he wanted to make. And he really didn't say a single thing. He just beat around the bush and say an elevation change. He doesn't even understand what the hell that means. He tried to use some big words like Euclidean 3 space, which is just fucking 3-dimensional graphics. That's all it is. It's nothing spectacular. You learn how to do that in goddamn 8th grade. Yet he's like, you should look it up and learn what it means. Like, well, you probably had to look it up because you certainly didn't fucking get past 8th grade. So, there's that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. The only way that guy would have got past 8th grade is to let his perverted teacher touch his wee-wee. Come on.
Oh, jeez. It looked like he was about ready to pass out there. He was sweating up bullets.
I thought he was going to have a stroke. Did you see the look on his face? I thought he was going to drop. It scared the hell out of me. So, he's bringing out the worst in me. So let's get past him and move on, shall we? What do we need to accomplish here now? Let's see.
Security alert.
What's this
Morons
now?
detected.
Oh, God, here we go.
Deploying countermeasures. Flat Earth vermin have been eradicated. Condition green.
I love that.
Very good.
As we've said before, the best $79 we ever spent on this channel was that security system. That was amazing.
Before we move on to the next video, we did have a great comment from Commander 401. He said, the guy doing the Flat Earth video is the bastard son of Miss Piggy and the Swedish chef from the Muppet Show.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. Let me find the folder full of stupid and see what we can come up with here. So I've got some good titles. Let me just scan the list and see what I could come up to tickle your fancy with. I've got glamour magic, beauty rituals.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I've got the continent of Antarctica does not exist.
Oh, yes, please.
And hold on.
Go.
Yeah, well, I've got another one. Calling out Wolfie 6020. Wing left. How an airplane flies.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Calling out a pilot on how an airplane flies.
Yeah.
I feel that one's going to be full of shit. I do like the sound of a consonant. What's everyone else want?
Yeah.
Daniel Cooper says Antarctica.
Well, I'd like to see the Antarctic one and then the Wolfie
Yeah.
one because
we
have to see both of those.
Yeah, do the Antarctic one first.
Okay, here we go. So, how do you intro the continent of Antarctica doesn't exist? Like, how do I even say that with a straight face? I'll intro this video by saying this is going to be one of the dumbest motherfuckers you have ever heard.
I think you need the penguins from Madagascar saying you see
Antarctica, of course,
nothing.
and people going there and getting turned away at gunpoint. But what about, say, the early explorers? Do we get any indication that the composition is the way you've described from the early explorers who tried to get down there or tried to sail around Antarctica or anything like that?
Yeah, the early sailors that went to the Antarctic, like James Clark and
they
spent years trying to find it.
That is Dubai.
Is that fucking Dubai?
Yeah.
Holy
Dubai.
shit.
So we'll sum up this video before even watching it. He's going to say about freaking what's his name? Not Cook. Who am I thinking of?
Bird.
Someone who,
Bird.
Yes, thank you. Who not only went basically down to Antarctica, but also went all around the Atlantic, all around the Pacific. Hence why his journey was about 60,000 miles. But flat earthers seem to ignore that fact. The fact we have several basins in Antarctica, the fact we have 24-hour sunlight down there, the Antarctica Cup. Basically, he's going to pull all the stuff out of his ass and say, look what I found, this lovely chocolate brownie. Would you like some? And while he eats some himself.
So basically, he's just going to lie.
Stupid cunt. That fucking stupid cunt. I actually, it's a long time ago now. But I passed all the tests to go on the British Antarctic survey.
Cool.
And I was going to go down there, and I got a better job offer to work in the North Sea in oil. So I didn't go. But I was just about to go to the fucking Antarctic. You can fucking go there, all being well. These fucking pricks that say that it's fucking defended by government NASA Jew penguins, or just a bunch of fucking knob-ends. What a fucking load of shit. That's all.
A bell end, the mushroom tip, shall we say?
Fucking hell, man.
Oh, geez.
Anyway.
I love it.
Bell end's a great word.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Because if you don't get it, you're just not paying attention. So, shall I stop stalling and let stupid be stupid, or does anybody else need it?
Do it now. Cancel the chopper.
Inlet into the Antarctic ice. On the ball model, it's supposed to be only about 12,000 miles around the Antarctic ice continent, but on the flat Earth map, it would be much bigger than that. And in reality, when you sail around it, as I said, it takes 3 or 4 years, and they weren't going in a straight line, but they were chartering 50 or 60,000 miles around.
Pants on
Fucking
fire.
pause. I'm afraid to pause it so fast, but has anybody, obviously, Dubai has never heard of the Antarctic Cup.
Yep.
It's a
I was
fucking
just gonna
yacht
mention
race
that.
around a goddamn Antarctic continent.
And it
by the way,
doesn't take 4 fucking months or whatever he just said.
No.
He said 3 to 4 years.
Yes, he said years.
Oh, did he? Oh, no,
yeah.
no. Yeah,
No. They do it in stages, and it takes like a month in stages. I mean, they don't do it in one continuous run, but it does circumnavigate the entire goddamn continent. And oh, by the way, you could take a goddamn cruise that circumnavigates the whole Antarctic continent. They're fucking expensive, but you can do it.
The flat Earth, ice wall on the Gleason map is 60,000 miles.
Yes, exactly. And what he's ignoring, and probably ignoring because he's just a dick, is the fact that the Antarctica is one of the hottest ecotourist locations on the planet right now. Like 50 to 70,000 people a year visit there. There are dozens of cruises that go there. You could go there and see 24 hours of daylight, which would be fucking impossible on a flat Earth where the sun just sort of curves light around the dark areas to make sure that all of Antarctica is lit. And then you got helicopter flyovers, you got plane flyovers, you got excursions going inland all the way to the fucking South Pole if you want to. So, shut the fuck up, book the damn cruise or the excursion and go down there and see for yourself. All you fucking flat earthers talk about how the goddamn Antarctic Treaty says this and it says that. The very first goddamn paragraph of Article 1, first sentence says military operations are banned from Antarctica. So don't pull that militarized penguin piece of shit. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But flat earthers, they'd rather spend like £20,000 on a gyroscope than go and do something that's actually going to prove they're wrong. Oh wait, the gyroscope picked up fucking rotation, didn't it? Fuckers.
Yeah,
oh well, what a waste of money that was.
Well, fucking what did they spend for that stupid laser experiment? The leveling device cost them like 23,000 euros all by itself. For that kind of money, you know what kind of a goddamn high altitude balloon you could put up outfitted with anything you wanted? Holy shit.
That's what I've always thought. I mean, fucking hell, someone donated $20,000 to buy that ring laser gyroscope that Bob Nadell used.
Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
Bobby 15. Let's all give him credit right now.
But they could have like sent like fucking 3 people to Antarctica easily with that money. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, I looked it up a couple of months.
Sorry, Mike, go ahead.
I said I looked it up a couple. I think we're running off. We're running off a bit of a delay here, I think.
Yeah. Okay, Mike, go for it.
Okay, well, I'll go for it. So I looked it up a year or two ago. You could take a cruise on one of the the big lines like Celebrity or Norwegian. Just the cruise that goes down there, and you can go on a continent and you can see 24 hours of sunlight. It's only like $2,500 US. So when you spend 50,000 euros on custom lasers that, by the way, broke and you couldn't even use for your test, and leveling systems and all the people staying down there for 50,000 euros, you know what you can fucking do to really test? The most definitive test you could possibly do is a high altitude balloon where you control all the cameras, all the lenses, all the sensors. Everything is yours to control in that, and then you get a definitive result.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, had they pooled their money and put it into something that, maybe could have been definitive proof, Mad Mike would maybe still be with us today. That was a lot of money wasted, man. That was a lot of money wasted. Yeah. But we know that from our perspective because we're the type of people who look at the NASA photos and whatnot and go, wow, that's so amazing. We don't sit there with our hands on our dicks and go, oh, fake. So
CGI.
Yeah, I've just had a look online because we were talking about seeing curve and shit like that. For 12,500 euros or $14,831, you can have a flight in a MiG-29 with a guaranteed minimum height of 17 kilometers, possibly up to 22 kilometers, so you can see curve, and that's with supersonic flight as well. I mean, I would fucking do that for that money. The program encompasses the following: breaking the sound barrier, rolls, In melon turns, loops, a split S, ascent and acceleration while vertical, dives and vertical dives, steep turns, and a tail slide. Yes, fucking please. That would be awesome.
Do you get to fly it yourself as well?
No, unfortunately not.
Oh.
Imagine pulling the yoke to feel 7G or 6G, whatever, and you were in control. Oh man. I mean, I lust to drive an F1 car, and I can only
I had a years ago. I had the chance to fly an F-16 fighter jet simulator.
Wow.
And it was fucking amazing. And the whole thing was like it moved like on a gimbal.
Yeah.
My God. It was fucking amazing.
Wow.
There's a YouTube channel called MiG Flug, and they do that. They do that exact same thing. They take you up in a MiG and they show you all the stuff, and they kept getting flat Earth trolls in their goddamn comments, and finally they posted a video, and the offer still stands that they will take up any flat earther on the one flight that takes you so high up you could see the curve, and if they don't see Earth curvature, they get the flight for free. You can't get any better than that.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
It was MiG Flugs that I actually found for that website. Ugly German Truth put in chat, are they flying and they've been grounded in 2019 due to maintenance problems in the airplane? I will be fair, the website I looked at did say there was no availability at present and requests we put on the waiting list. I don't know if that's the same company he's referring or what, but there are other companies available.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, so they had actually because they got tired of the trolls. So they said, okay, you book this flight, which is, by the way, their most expensive.
Yeah.
And if you don't see Earth curve, it's free. Go ahead, John.
Just to say at this point, Sarcastic Barman, at this point in the proceedings, I've had 20 cans of Stella Artois.
Nice.
I think I win the prize, and you're on the catch up.
I love Stella. Good call.
I think I had 9 or 10 pints before finishing work, and then me and the wife had 7 shots of Jägermeister before coming on for the live stream.
Oh, yeah.
I think that makes us about even.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
And I was on Estrella Galicia because it's a lovely pint.
Ooh, nice. Anyway,
it's what we serve in the bar.
So my couple of Sam Adams is like just child's play then, I guess.
Yeah. Estrella Galicia, it's a lovely Spanish lager, slight bittery finish, 4.8%. Can't go wrong.
Yeah. All right. You motherfuckers are stalling. I'm bringing the stupid. That's enough.
Fuck.
Fucking do it, Dick. Do it.
Hang on to your asses, fellow babies, because it's coming in hot.
As they were trying to find an inlet into the ice wall, never able to find one.
Yeah, and you also have, and this is another quote that I pulled off your site, a guy named William Carpenter. He says, yes, but we can circumnavigate the south easily enough, is often said by those who don't know. The British ship Challenger recently completed the circuit of the southern region indirectly, to be sure, but she was 3 years about it and traversed nearly 69,000 miles, a stretch long enough to have taken her 6 times around the globular hypothesis, which is interesting because you can then visualize someone trying to get around this island they have in their head, this big island of ice, this big continent of ice, this idea they have in their head, and they're trying to get around it by just going the same direction. And if you picture it in the flat Earth model, you can visualize how they would just be bumping into the edge all the way around until they got back to kind of their starting point, and then they'd go back up north and be like where they were. And to them, they think they went around a big continent, but they did exactly the opposite and went on the inside of a giant edge. And I thought that quote was pretty interesting.
Yeah, another thing.
60,000 fucking miles.
Yeah. Fuck you. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Let's look at something just, from the armchair position, because I don't know a lot about navigation. To me, swimming is something you do not to drown. It's not like, a recreational activity. It's just to get you there so you can go, all right, that was cool. But if I was in a boat and I was turning left, or is that starboard and right is port or whatever? But I think I would know
the way
the
around,
fucking.
that's right.
Okay. But I think I would know the fucking difference. Seriously, if you go down to the Antarctica and you go, okay, I'm at the tip, so isn't that like, what do they call the Cape of Good Hope or something that, down South America or whatever, you go around that and you hope you don't destroy your boat thing, right? So let's say I start there and I say to myself, okay, I'm going to circumnavigate Antarctica and I'm going to go to the right and I'm going to follow it around and I'm going to come back to where I was and go back up the Cape of Good Hope. If I turn right on a flat Earth, I would go all the way around this unbelievably long distance. But if I turn right on a globe Earth, I just have to go around Antarctica. How could your rations on your boat equate the time? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense at all.
It's flat Earth.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
I think Ernest Shackleton would have quite a lot to say about all of this.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
fuck yeah.
Here, I got an image coming up from the barman here. Just give me 1 second here. And here we go, barman. It's up on the screen for you. Go for it.
Awesome. So there is the actual route of the HMS Challenger. As you can see, it obviously left England, came down, then went back north again and came a bit more down, went around freaking south, went around Africa, around Australia, up around New Zealand, up towards Asia, then back down a bit, then over to Japan, then across, and then down, and then round, and then they did a little loopy thing near South America to go around the bottom of South America to come back round, to come up. Basically, it looks like they got pissed and lost and just went round as much as they could for 3 years.
Yeah.
If you look at that route for 3 years, that seems quite sensible in a boat with fucking sails in, when was HMS Challenger? 1870, I want to say 72. Someone in chat, please correct me if I'm wrong, but 72 to 75, 76, something like that. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's
go on.
Oh, it's so ridiculous because, I mean, human beings, even when they're on a boat, can count days and nights and determine how long they've been on said boat. And if you were to go around the entire Earth thinking that, you were doing Antarctica, but you were actually doing the ice wall, you would be, flustered and you'd be like, how long is this going to fucking take? Come on.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with James Cook's voyages. They like to use those to say, yeah, it took him so long to get around Antarctica, he couldn't do it. He was out there for 3 years, did all this stuff. He never actually circumnavigated. It's the same thing as the Challenger map that Barman had brought up. His 3 voyages were all over the fucking place, and I think only one of them actually went to the Antarctic Peninsula, and it didn't even go anywhere else on the goddamn continent. So they just misrepresent this bullshit. Of course, this is Eric DeBay. Everything he says is a fucking lie. How do you know he's lying? He's speaking. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Could I just say one of my favorite, just as a little aside, one of my favorite things about Shackleton's expedition to the Antarctic was just this crazy story that they left 2 huskies on an ice floe, and they kind of forgot about them, and they were like, well, they'll be okay. We'll go and get them tomorrow. And when they came back and got them the next day, they had just gone into a frenzy and they'd killed 400 penguins.
Jeez!
Wow! What the actual hell?
They just fucking. They just got the bloodlust and just fucking. They just went fucking crazy and they were just like wagging their tails when they got picked up. You know, like yeah.
Covered in blood and just saying, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah. Fucking hell, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah. 400. They made a rough estimate. Yeah, about 400 penguins.
They saw them. They were like, "What the fuck are those? They must die."
Yeah, that was obviously before NASA armed the penguins with the rocket-propelled grenades to stop people going to the flat Earth.
Yes, obviously.
Just read the comment that Amy's put in chat. HMS Challenger was a steam-assisted Royal Navy Pearl-class corvette launched on the 30th of February, 1858 at the Woolwich Dockyards. Challenger carried a complement of 243 officers, scientists, and crew. She embarked on a 68,890 nautical mile journey. Fair play. And the picture that I just posted is James Cook's Pacific Voyages, as it says. And as you can see, they go everywhere as well.
Right. Yep. And for some reason, flurfers use this as evidence that frickin' it takes so long to circumnavigate the Antarctica. Look how long it took Cook on all his 3 voyages. That's because he never fucking went there, you idiot.
But they don't like that fact, and people like
facts.
They don't like facts. No, anything that they can lie about, they do. DeBay is the prime example. Spurs. Well, I wouldn't say Spurs lies. He just denies, because denying isn't the same as lying, but it's just as fucking pathetic if you've got to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How do they overlook the? I don't know how you pronounce it. The Vendée or Vendée yacht race.
Right.
CGI.
I don't know.
No, I've literally heard one. Not for the. I don't know if it's the Vendée, if that's the one they're referring to, but the Antarctica Cup one. I've heard them say it's lies. They don't actually go that far. It's all CGI, and it's paid for by NASA and the other governments to lie about this fact. The fact you can go from South Africa, see them launching, then fly over to Australia and watch them coming through, like the week or so later or whatever it is. And they just call lies on it, because the powerful boat you would need to do that in the time, based on a flat Earth map, is just a fucking piss take.
It's a joke. That's a joke.
Yeah. It's I think there was a woman who set, it's like 2018, I think, or 2016, set a record for the first woman, or actually maybe not the first woman, but she set a time record for a woman circumnavigating Antarctica. That was just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Just to check, John, I was having a look for the one you mean. Vendée D, is it for an Antarctica one, or just so I can Google so I can pull up the right one for us?
Sorry, say again.
When you mentioned the Vendée or whatever race, is that for the Antarctica Cup one? Are you referring, or is it? I'm not sure.
Doorknob Head has it in the chat. It's Vendée D, VEINY space capital D.
I put that, and I'll put yacht.
Well, I've seen it as VENDEE.
Yep, it's Vendée. It's French.
Yeah, Amy would know. There you go. Awesome.
But yeah, I mean, fuck me. But how can you?
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, you spell it just like Amy's name, VEND, and then E with the little thingy on top and another E. There you go.
Yeah, it's those E's with the thingy on top. That's what.
I don't even know how to make them come up on a computer. It drives me crazy. I don't even know.
Alt 0176, I believe, or is it 130?
Exactly, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Somebody who knows ASCII codes. I love it.
Well, yeah, at least it's nice and easy. Fuck.
Yeah. To fill out forms, it's a pain in the butt. I can tell you that right now.
There you go. I've pulled it up. So the Vendée Globe is a single-handed non-stop around-the-world yacht race. The race was founded in Philippe-Gentois in 1989, and since 1992 has taken place every 4 years. It's named after the department of Vendée in France, where the race starts and ends. It's 24,000 nautical miles, and the class is an IMOCA 60, apparently. An ugly German truce, thank you for your bit, and I've just pulled up the other bits thanks to your name on it. Thank you very much.
Well, I have the level of denial that these guys have on shit like this is freaking amazing. And I had argued with a guy on the Flat Earth Society forum because, like, the flights from Australia to South America, he denied they even exist, that they're all lies, and that Qantas was owned by Satan. So, you know,
fuck off.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I've just found online, I've dropped the link in normal chat on the YouTube chat, and it's the race for the tracking map, and you can see it leaving France, going south, going round the Cape of Good Hope, down obviously past Australia, around Cape Horn, and back up to France, and then it's a 24,000 mile race. So suck on that, flat earthers. And we've got the arrival time, the dates, and everything like that. So the winner, they arrived on the 28th of January. So basically, they did the race in 80 days, 3 hours, 44 minutes, and 46 seconds. I'd love to know the average speed they would have had to do the 60,000+ miles in 80 days. Because
shit,
that's a fucking fast yacht.
It's a jet-powered yacht.
Fucking right, man. You know, I think it would take some really smooth running Chrysler 440s to pull that fucking shit off.
You know,
so we've got sorry, John, we've got a 10-minute call here till the end of the show. So should we do a ceremonial gong for this motherfucker and do some wrap ups? Is that where we're at here? Okay. Yeah. So I'm just gonna hit the play button. I'm going to wait for the asshole. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
All right.
Although, when I heard DeBay's voice, probably should have. I wouldn't have mind gogging it then. John, you had something to say? John,
John, sorry, buddy.
No, I was just gonna say well, not nowadays because of the but I go to Australia usually once or twice a year. Cool. To Queensland for like family and stuff, and I mean,
had a few criminals in the family that ended up down there, did you, John? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the fucking direct descendants of Ned Kelly. That fucker. But
don't diss the Aussies. Watch out.
I'm just kidding, honey. I'm just kidding.
Australia's not real.
They're fucking they're good. They're good cunts. Just like the Scots, the Aussies. But it's crazy, you know. Like when I go down there and I see the southern sky, it's completely foreign to me. I'm a astronomer and stuff, but when I go down there, so I see the constellations, and I can see the what do we call them, the zodiacal constellations that we can both see from Australia or Europe. And they're upside down.
Yeah,
they're fucking upside down. And I get back to Scotland, and they're the right way up again. What the fuck is that? How could you possibly explain that on a flat?
It's the drugs that they give you in the plane to make you think they've gone to another world. Then they put you in the giant hangar sort of dome structure they have just outside of California.
It's in Canada.
Yeah.
It's a sound.
Oh, sorry, in Canada. Okay. But it's this giant one that can almost be seen from space. That's what's going on in Area 51.
Yeah. Well, I was arguing.
The last time I came back was Valentine's Day. It was the 14th of February, and at that time, in the middle of the night, Leo, which is a really easily identifiable constellation,
I would say so.
Yeah. Well, to me it is, isn't it? But it's fucking, it's like completely fucking upside down in Queensland. And I got back.
That would fuck me up.
I've just, and then it was the not the right way up, but the way that I'm used to seeing it when I got back to Scotland. And also the moon was no longer upside down.
Oh wow! No shit! I never thought of that one, John. Wow.
Yeah, the fucking moon's upside down as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's fucking. You're like, what the fuck? And I actually, I'd go out into the bush to take pictures of the Milky Way and stuff, and I was like, what the fuck? What? And I'd actually like turn my head upside down, like a fucking an arsehole. But no one could see me because it was dark. And I'm like, all right. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I know where I am now. Yeah, okay. And I had to fucking do like that. Fuck me. If that's to me that just completely and utterly solidified the fact that we're on a globe.
I had a flat earther tell me though that's because the stars in the southern hemisphere are a mirror image reflected off the dome.
Shite.
Yes,
well,
exactly.
Judging by the time on the clock here, everybody, I think it's time for some wrap-up thoughts. Yep. So why don't we go through the list and see who's doing what here? I'm going to call the barman first. What do you think, buddy? Thoughts and wrap-ups?
Oh, God, I'm trying to read stuff so I know more, and you're calling me up. Oh, my God damn it. I'll just stuff all the stuff I'm reading about. But, yeah, that was a big, crazy bag of donkey fucking dick tonight. Jesus Christ. How do you find these people? Is Colon to blame? Because he's normally to blame for this fucking shit. And just no, between DeBay, the other nut job, and the other nut job whose name I can't remember, but just no. I wish they'd have new points to make, something that actually made sense, but they don't. It's stupid. It's regurgitated twat waffle. Move on.
Awesome. And let's check in with Mike Bertelson. What do you think, buddy?
Yeah, somebody needs to bitch slap the crap out of DeBay because he should not be allowed to speak ever. What was it, Cleary? Trying to debunk Blue Marble Science? No, dude, you were out of your fucking league right there. Don't even bother. Jesus Christ. The stupid was just we hit some pretty good stupid heights today, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit tough at times, for sure. Let's check in with Purple. What do you think? Purple rhymes with orange.
Yeah, I don't even know what to make that last one.
That's it's tough on the brain sometimes, isn't it, Purple? I mean, come on. You know? Oh, for sure. Let's see here. John Watson, what do you think, buddy?
Oh man, yeah, that was a good chat. You know what would be really cool if someone could sort out an avatar for me.
No problem. Coming up.
Like some Highlander in a kilt with a sword. Just nonchalantly kind of sitting there.
And I'm assuming you don't want the TV version, right?
Whatever you think, Dick. I trust
we got to go back to Rutger Hauer and proper. Yeah, we'll get it done right.
Yeah, but no. That was I don't have anything to say really. That was a good chat, and thanks for hosting all this. That was good. Cheers.
Awesome, buddy. Awesome. And let's check in. Let's see here. Mipet from the land down under. We actually heard how the constellations are upside down your way. Somebody understands. What do you think?
Well, I don't understand. You lot are upside down because there is no up on a ball. It's towards the center. We all know that. So, I just roll the ball around, and sometimes I'm on top and sometimes I'm on the bottom.
That's right.
It's a load of fun.
Hey, this isn't about your This isn't about your personal life. Keep it professional.
But yeah, I think that just Pratt, no. Blue taken down by Soundly, hilarious.
Yeah.
And Dubé, just kill me. Oh yeah. But great show. Loads of stupid. It was cool.
Awesome. And let's check in with Aimee and Matt. Well, maybe Matt, but Aimee for sure. How's it going over there, guys?
Very good. Thank you. That was some interesting stuff. Oh my goodness. The stupid, it really does hurt, and I can feel my brain smoothing out. And since I'm 45 degrees, close to 44, 45 degrees on the globe, I get to walk around like a mountain goat. It's so much fun. I want to thank you all for coming along. And John Watson, we are going to get that avatar for you because I did write down notes because I know he'll forget. So we'll get that taken care of for you. And also thank you for coming on. We love having you on. It's great. And I want to thank everyone in the chat as well for coming. Thank you so much, everyone. Good night.
Awesome. Now for my little wrap up at the end here, fellow babies, I have one question for Eric Dubé. With my Longfellow stuff so severely down your throat, how do you enunciate so well? I'm amazed. I'm fucking amazed. But on that note, fellow babies, I want you to remember something, and you got to listen up. The flat earthers, they are the fuck nuggets. And the anti-vaxxers, they are definitely the fuck nuggets. And those people that charge their crystals in moonlight, even though the sunlight would probably do it faster, they're fuck nuggets too. So when you're walking down the street and you need to ask somebody for directions, size them up, because God forbid you ask directions from a fuck nugget. You might up in a cult somewhere, and God forbid that would be hell. On that note, fellow babies, we're the Shills. This was the Silly Shill Show, and we bid you a great day, evening, night, wherever the fuck you are. Let's say goodnight, fellow babies. We're out of here.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, all.
No,
Good night.
Eat snacky s'mores.